Hey, YouTube. Well, this is as far as I've gotten so far. Here in Colorado, we just got over a nice deep freeze, so I did plant a few things in the garden. Um, Lettuce, kale, carrots, onions, spinach, and then it snowed again, and the temperature stayed at like, I think some nights might have got down to single digits. So I'm not sure. I can see when I go outside, I can kind of see them sprouting up, but I don't know if they're just frozen in place right now and they're just dead green, or who cares. Either way, so this is what I have going inside. It's a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't have started inside, but we got a little too antsy and couldn't wait anymore. So we planted as much as we could with the 3 trays. Um, there we go. And kind of just went crazy with. I mean, I planted stupid things like mammoth sunflowers, like just as well. Mainly the only reason we did that was because the packet is several years old, and we didn't know if it was going to work or not. So we planted 1 cup with a bunch of seeds in it just to see if anything would sprout. And so now I have this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. But I don't know if I don't really want to leave them growing. There's no point to it. I mean, they're nice to have in the garden, which I'm going to put them in the garden, but I'd rather have this growing space for anything else, something that I can eat from and give to neighbors and family and friends and whatever else. So this first tray here is all tomatoes, well, except for that's a giant pumpkin and that's a giant pumpkin. Another one of those things where we planted them to see if the seeds were good, and well, they are. So usually those are things that I don't even bother with starting early. Actually, I never bother with starting anything early, so this is the first year for this. My beautiful tomatillos, I got 3 of them. And then I figure I'll plant maybe 2 of them, give 1 away, but then at the same time I'm also going to start some seedlings next to them and kind of just see for myself what Colorado conditions can do, if it's even worth setting up or not, or starting early and setting up inside. I'm sure if you do it right it is, but I guess it's just a learning experience. What else do I have here? I don't even know. Heirloom tomatoes. Can't even say that first word, but I guess they're different colors. Super beefsteak, heritage. Ooh, my super sweet 100s. My cherry tomatoes, cherry tomato. I think cherry tomato, cherry tomato. I'm growing so many of them just because I am going to give a lot of them away, I hope. Neighbors, friends, and family, of course. So not all of these are going to go in the garden, but I'd like to give some away. I had a buddy give me a tomato plant last year, and I want to repay the favor. And then, of course, here's where all my peppers, my chilies, everything else. There on the end, I think that's zucchini growing up. Some more American Yard long cucumbers. And then I got a crap ton of pumpkins. Pumpkin here and the pumpkin here. I think these are Big Maxes, both cups. Another giant pumpkin. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got 3 giant pumpkins growing, and I've never grown one before. I planted a seed, I think, but I don't think it ever came up. And I've grown pumpkins before, but what am I going to do with 3 giant pumpkins? I don't think my ground's good enough for giant pumpkins to get. Oh well, maybe my sister will take one. And then my roommate didn't eat his potato and forgot about them. Actually, he's got 2 of them. I'm going to throw them in the ground and see what the hell happens. I hear you got to use seed potatoes or something. I don't know. I've never done that either, so whatever. So I'm going to throw them in the ground, see what happens. Last year, I had a buddy bring up some potatoes from the valley, and one of them started sprouting on me, so I just threw it in this thing here in my living room. That's what it's doing. I don't take good enough care of it, I guess, but it's not really going crazy on me. But here's where I'm at so far. Ooh, got to take you outside and show you the exact same garden Nothing has changed. Woohoo! Go Broncos. So here's my aerial view of my garden. I moved the cold frame down out there. And I've actually put concrete at the bottom of it to see if I can kind of get it to warm up faster. Maybe even if it holds the heat a lot better, then I can move my plants in there to harden them off and see how that goes. I just had chunks of concrete from when I replaced the fence. This thing is in shambles right now. I don't know if you can see this little green fence that I put all the way around because I could not keep the dogs out. That first box there, see that? Those 2 pickets that are set up 6 inches above the rest of the box. You know, I kind of set those up along everywhere, and the dogs, I said, yeah, right. So they got into it. So then I took all them twigs there, them sticks, and I actually shoved them down in there. You know, kind of real just Mexico-style fences. A cheap picket fence with branches. And yeah, that didn't even faze the dogs. I mean, they were just blasting right through them. So then I put up this fence, and I don't know if you can see down there in that little corner, there's a little rabbit hole down in there, and the fat dog can squeeze through that and slowly open it up more, and then he would squeeze through there, walk over to my gate right next to the cold frame, push it out so that the other dog couldn't get in there. I was just like, ugh. So here's today's event. I hammered that little trellis plus another piece of the fencing that I cut, and I all stuck it in front of that hole. And so now I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, where they're going to find their next entrance at. This has turned into a man versus beast. So yeah, there's the yard. I'm glad I put this fence up because now I've got that extra, 3 feet right there between the fence now and the box. I would plant something along that fence, but these dogs, when they pee, it's like a fire hydrant, and I don't want them blasting all my vegetables and giving me funny tasting stuff. Here's a little jerk right there. So in front of each box, I figured I'll put some kind of kale or something that bushes up big. This first box is the one that I planted already, so it's kind of weird. The left half of the box, as you're looking at, right now, I kind of put it in rows. The second half of the box, I kind of did a mix match. So half of it is rows, and then this last half of it, I pretty much just scraped back all of the covering, scattered a bunch of seeds of everything. I mean, I threw lettuce, spinach, carrots, I don't even know what else. I threw a bunch in there, just kind of one of those free, and make a little patch of vegetables and call it good. And then just put it back all together, and we're going to see what happens. And then that tree on the left down there, in front of that, I scraped away a good, 3 by 4 space and did a carrot patch right there also. But then again, of course, carrots don't seed when the ground's too cold, and we had that huge deep freeze. So there she is. We'll see what happens. It's going to be kind of exciting. We're going to put everything on the fence. Anything that vines, we're going to put on the fence and make it trellis up. Anything from sugar pumpkins, Jack B. Littles. I'm even going to try cantaloupe. I don't know. I've heard that's kind of heavy, but I don't know. That back fence is where we're going to put the corn. And I'm going to do, I'm not sure. That Three Sisters method of gardening. I figured I could try that. Ooh, look, still some snow. And my door's stuck. There we go. So for those of you who know what a Three Sisters method of gardening is, any recommendations on how far I got to put corn apart? Can I put beans? I mean, I'm continuing to research this. I'm not expecting an answer, but I guess if anyone's had any better luck, then we'll see what happens. I'm on my Dave Ramsey diet of beans and rice and beans, so boiling water for the rice. But there she is. That's the start of it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with all this. A lot of this I can't even eat. Like my jalapenos. that's too spicy for me. My dad laughs at me all the time. When I was younger, he used to have this little pepper box or chili box and laugh at me and give me stuff when I was younger and watch me run around the house screaming. I don't think it's too funny, but he thought it was the greatest thing alive. So, bell peppers, different sorts. I want to see what these tomatillos do. I don't know. I'm excited to see what the rest of any of it does. Last year I only did really tomatoes, a couple bell peppers, some Anaheims, and cucumbers. This year, man, I got a whole mess. I think, last year I had a 36-foot square garden in one of them boxes. And then this year I've cranked it up. With all that area that I have now, I think we measured it out and it's somewhere around 750 square feet. And then I'm pretty sure, I can almost guarantee it, I'm going to expand it next year. And I'll take up a lot more, maybe even half the backyard. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, well, better get off here. Bye.